We're live, L-I-V-E, on this Tuesday, but we're not listed, so I'm going to go over here to the tubes of the Ube, the U-tubes, tubes of the U, and get this thing edited together. All right. Alright, gotta put it to the public side of things. Push the save button. Alright. Now we're public. And we're live. L-I-V-E. So, yep. Let's get some coffee and listen to some Natalie, shall we?
Coffee time, my dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's listen to some jazz and rhyme and have a cup of coffee. Let me show a little coffee house I know, where all the new bohemians go to have a cup of coffee. Greeting time, the music box is beating time. It's good old-fashioned meeting time. So grab a chair and dig me there, 'cause that's just the place that I'm at. Coffee time, my dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's sing this silly little rhyme and have a cup of coffee.
Hadley, good morning.
So save me a chair, I'll see you there, 'cause that's just the place that I'm at. Coffee time.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ready for work. Well, I'm ready. I'll be ready when I get there.
Let's sing a silly little rhyme and have a cup of coffee. We'll have a cup of coffee. Just a little bit of Java. Yeah, we'll have a cup of Joe. Don't you know? 'Cause it's coffee time.
Yep, it is time to sip on that coffee. Good morning, and happy super duper happy Tuesday. Tuesday, the 10th of March 2020. Good morning, Hadley. Good morning. Yes, I'm all ready for work. I am super ready for work. Oh, man. This time change is completely got me weirded out. Oh, pineapple chunk. Yummy to know. This morning's coffee is brought to you by Jack Herrera and the Jack Herrera-ness of the Jack Okay. Good morning. So yes, this time change has completely got me cadoodled up. I did not want to wake up this morning at all. I was like, oh man, that alarm went off at 5:30 this morning. Like, I was like, boom, pow, up. I called my mom, hit my coffee, hit my alarm back for 6:15. and I dozed back off till 6:15 this morning. So yeah, this time change is a bummer. Total bummer. But I had a super weekend this past weekend. I really enjoyed hanging out, getting to see an old friend of mine, getting to see a few old friends of mine that I haven't seen in a long time. I really had a lot of fun this past weekend. I did, man. And speaking of a lot of fun, like I said, I went and seen an old friend of mine I haven't seen in a few years. And yes, this friend of mine happens to be a lady, and all that jazz. Like I said, this was just a friend of mine I haven't seen in a few years. She was one of the folks that appeared on my Roswell video when I went to Roswell in the old VW bus way back in 2001. So, yes, it was a lady I went and hung out with. Just a good old friend of mine. Just an old friend of mine that I've known for years. And I had a good time. This weekend. Like I said, I got to see some friends I haven't seen in a while. Got to go hang out some places. Went to the Outsider's house. I was a little disappointed I didn't get to go to the center of the universe. But, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, yeah, I had a good time. I had an excellent time this Saturday, or this past weekend. It's Friday and Saturday. And, it just kind of, solidifies that, I make the right choices, that I do the right things. And they partied hardy. Yours truly just enjoyed and socialized through the evening. Because if I would have partied hardy, I would have been one of those persons still asleep. And you would not have had a vidya of the silliness, that I took. And actually, that was when I was taking the vidyas. That was probably about maybe, I don't know, an hour before I had to check out. So I was trying to wake my friend up. Be like, hey, we got to check out. So that's why I was videoing, just to make it more of a silly thing. Stoner!
Smoke weed every day.
Good morning, brother man. One more time for Stoner.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Hadley. I do appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, I was up and early. I was up and about early. I'm an early person. So on Saturday morning, I was up at 7:30. I went and had my shower. I went down and had breakfast and had coffee. So I was up and about. Yes, I stayed awake Friday night into Saturday, quite late, but I don't partake in the super duper partying that I used to when I was a young man, because I am 43 years old. And basically, I'm getting too old for that shit, as I like to say. Don't get me wrong. I like to chief me a good bowl, have myself a good blunt. But when it comes to, boozing it up, having the boozing and all that jazz and dancing and partying all through the night, that's not me no more. That is definitely not me. So I was very proud of myself that, I was like, nah, I won't partake in your little party favors. I'm good at what I have. Thank you. And I'm, like I said, I'm very proud of myself, I could have cut loose, and I did cut loose, but I could have cut loose and just went crazy, and I didn't, I didn't. So it'll be 42 on May the 5th, just after the 4th. May the 4th be with you. You're just a day late, my friend, so you'll be the May the 5th. May the 5th be with you. So yeah, that's, I had a good time, like I said, on this past weekend. Then went to my mom's house and just finished hanging out with my mom, and I really enjoyed seeing my brother. My brother came in through town. Yucky. Yeah. Sorry about that, man. Sometimes it happens. So yeah, I had a good time. I really did. The funny thing is, if my friend from Tulsa was a buddy, like a man buddy, I think, well, what I'm trying to say is, I have been talking to a nice lady, and I guess, last Wednesday, when I was on Coffee Talk explaining how I felt about dating sites and the ladies playing games and all that. Well, anywho, I think I rubbed the wrong buttons on her. She misunderstood a little bit, I think. And she kind of got angry with me. And then when she seen my videos from Tulsa, she completely misread the whole situation. And obviously, sometimes I post silly things on my Facebook and my social media just because it's silly. And I posted a coronavirus dealio. I think it was like Sunday or something. And I guess she as well misread that. So I don't know, man. Like, I am who I am. I shouldn't have to not be who I am. If I have, just a lady friend, not a lady girlfriend or a lady friend or, of a sexual nature, but just an old lady friend that I've known for 20 years, then, I think it should be pretty swell, well, and groovy to, be able to hang out and sleep in the same motel room in two beds, two different beds, and not be accused of anything, even though I don't even have a lady girlfriend. It's just kind of funny that sometimes people misread things, see things on what truly reality is. And, I went through a lot of that, misreading and miscommunication and accusing with my ex-wife, a lot. I was constantly being accused of all kinds of weird stuff that it was always out of left field, Definitely I couldn't have a lady friend that I could just be a lady friend. All my lady friends that I was good friends with before I ever met my ex-wife, I could not be friends with once I was with my ex-wife. And that's wrong, that's just wrong. But it was nice to reconnect with my friend, my really groovy friend. Like I said, she's made an appearance before here on the West of Folly Chronicles channel, on the Roswell video, on the on the Roswell video. So yeah, it was fun to reminisce. She asked me, she goes, well, why don't you put the full version of the Roswell trip up? And I was like, well, why didn't I? And I was like, I told her, I was like, well, because I really, didn't have, your guys' full permission, even to put you guys on the vidya. So I edited up, so it, because the full Roswell video is an hour and a half of us, smoking some joints, all that stuff. So, but she asked me, she goes, why didn't, the full video up? And I was like, well, just because, of everybody's burning down, and I'm pretty sure not everybody wants their appearance on public of them smoking, bunches, like, 2 cigarette packs full of joints. So, yeah. But I had a good time. I really wanted to see the center of the universe next time I go to Tulsa. That's the first thing on my bucket list. I hit up the Outsider's house while I was there. Unfortunately, the museum was closed, which was weird, which I don't understand why it was closed on a Saturday, like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but it was closed. So, but I went, checked out the Outsider's house, and when you're not allowed to have female friends, and when at that point, that's for sure, bro. Yes, I don't have to worry about that now, Hadley. Sorry, I'm just now catching up on your comment. I'm just catching up on your comment. Sorry. So that's why I like being on a solo mission, man. Like, I don't have to worry about those things. I don't, I don't. I'm a super free spirit. I am a simple person. So that's why I'm on a single mission, a solo mission. It's just, I'd rather not have to worry about those things, I don't want to worry about, if I have a lady friend that I've been friends with for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden that, now I'm dating this particular lady, I can't be friends with that. That's not good. Nez! Good morning. Good morning, Nez. I hope all is well, that is swell and totally hip and groovy in yo neck of the woods. I'm just yip-yapping this morning. So, yeah, so to be accused of things that I definitely have not partaken in, it sucks. It sucks big time. And I don't like it. I don't like it a bit. But, like I told this person last night, to be a fly on the wall in my world would be definitely very, very interesting. And of course, on social media and here on YouTube, you and anything that's put on here is just little, like I said, little snippets of my life, man. Like, that's it. It's like you guys are just getting the tip of the iceberg for what's, the rest of my life. If I was to put my whole life on YouTube, it would be nothing but a 24-hour constant live stream. But I put the little snippets of my life, which to me are like the little important things that I like to look back on someday. I stick them in there, man. I put them in there. That's why someday I'll be able to look back and just kind of smile through these little years of living in this bus. And that's what it is. It's just, it's my life. So I'm definitely glad inventory season is over with. Definitely glad about that. Oh, it's snowing? Oh my gosh. What a bummer. It's not snowing here. It's supposed to be another decently nice day, I think, in the middle to upper 60s. Yesterday was nice. It was like in the mid 60s, sunny. Partly, every once in a while it would get a little cloudy, but "28 days to live." But maybe to a fly, that's a whole lifetime. To a fly is 28 days, you know? That's like maybe 280 day or 280 years to a fly. Who knows? But yes, I mean, to be a fly on the wall in my world, I mean, it could either be a boring observation or it can be a pretty interesting observation. So oh, I know. It's been some beautiful disc golf weather. I enjoyed my disc golfing on Sunday. And you start getting out more and more since we got daylight longer after work. But after work, you know, I come back to the bus and I just I'll eat, clean up, and then I'll go up to the dispensary and help out up there until they close. That's usually what I do. Just to help out. Boring about the VW. You are correct, Amundo, my friend, about the VW bus. There is definitely nothing boring about hanging, living, driving, being around this old VW bus. That's for sure. You know? Yesterday when I got back to the bus, because I didn't get back to my VW bus till about a little after 5, because I drive home. When I went and seen my mom, I always drive back to work Monday morning. Good morning, Sister Lori. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing swell, well, and groovy. But yeah, I didn't leave yesterday from my mom's house at 5 a.m. I go straight to work, clock in at a little after 7, and I don't slow down. I didn't slow down yesterday until like a little after 5 p.m. Clocked out. And I came back to the bus, you know, like, but it's just nice to come back to this little space of mine and decompress. Oh, my bus. I think you're trying to say worth. I don't know what it's worth. To me, it's priceless. It's my home. You know, it's like, so obviously it's priceless in that aspect, but in a dollar value, that's something I really don't like to think about because I actually had to almost go and put a dollar value on my bus one time when I was going through my divorce. And my friends' divorces are so ugly. So very ugly. But when I was going through my divorce, my ex-wife, she wanted to take everything. I guess she felt like she was entitled to everything that I owned, including finances and anything, and in her mind, and she dang near did it, you know, to leave me homeless. And that's what she wanted. My ex-wife. So she came after everything, including this VW bus. which was the only thing I had in my name that was paid off. The only thing I had in my name that was paid off was this VW bus. She came for everything else. I ended up losing everything. My car, I had a 2012 Jetta. I had a home in Ponca that I had actually had a mortgage for. I lost that because she thought she would get all that and that I would have to pay for it all and she would get to live scot-free probably for the rest of her life. Well, that didn't happen for her because the banks took everything and decided to ruin everybody's credit. But luckily for me, when it came to my VW bus, I had a feeling before I got divorce papers that something was happening. I just had those feelings. And I put my VW bus, I put the title. I took my title, took my name off the title, and put my nephew on the title. And that's where my name has been, or the title has been under since then. I need to go get it changed and have my name put back on it with my nephew and my nieces, all their names on it. So one day, legally it will belong to all them, and therefore it will go to a museum. But long story short, if my bus would have been in my name, the judge would have had me go and get my VW appraised, and whatever it was appraised for, I would have had to split that number in half and give half of that number to my ex-wife. But no. And also, this was property that I accumulated before our marriage. Same thing with my house. It was property that I accumulated before my marriage, but during the divorce, I didn't have work. I was kind of stuck, and so therefore I couldn't, pay my mortgage. My ex-wife had a good job. She still has a good job at the Native Indian casinos, so she could have paid the mortgage, which actually by the judge's demand she was supposed to, and she never did during those times. So therefore, I lost the house and I lost my car. That's what basically forced me into living full-time in the VW bus. So therefore, at first, I had to live in this bus because I had to. Not because I wanted to, because I had to. So yeah, sorry, I had to get that all out of my system. I'm going to shift some gears. To some gears, folks. I'm going to take us into some Grateful Dead. It's been a while since we listened to some Sage and Spirit as we said our goodbyes. It's been a most excellent coffee talk this morning. I had a lot to say. I still got a lot to say, but I got to go to work. I got to go to work this morning, man. It's something I have to do. We all got to do. Not all of us, but a majority of us. We have to go to work. It is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I'm going to pour my last cup of coffee. I'm going to sit back, catch up on some comments, listen to some Grateful Dead. A little Sage and Spirit to send you guys off on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I've heard a funny little thing the past, few years, especially, past year. I've heard this little saying, actions speak louder than words. Exactly, man. Exactly. My actions in life are very limited, especially very limited to the eyes of people, because I am very much a nomadic man. a nomadic person. Yes, I work and commute in a Ford F-250 truck and live in a VW bus. But I keep my circle of folks small. I keep my priorities very strong. And I keep my life simple, man. That's my actions. That's all I do. You know? What you guys see is just snippets of my life. That's why I always encourage, if you folks are in the Oklahoma City area, feel free to stop in. Say hi. Drink some coffee with me. Smoke a blunt on Blunt Jams. Thursday evenings, 8:15 p.m. Central Time Zone. That'd be 6:15 p.m. over there on the West Coast. 9:15 p.m. over on the East Coast, and everything else in between. That's in the evening times, my friend. Thursdays. Thursday, we'll smoke a blunt. And of course, we'll be sipping on coffee in the morning. Same coffee sipping time. Same coffee sipping station. 6:30 in the a.m. here in my Central Time Zone. That'd be 4:30 a.m. over on the West Coast. 7:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and everything else in between. Thank you, my wonderful, beautiful friends, for hanging out with me this morning. Had a lot to talk about, stuff to get off my brain, and I'm grateful for you guys to listen and talk back with me. I will see you guys in the morning if the universe allows it. As always, be kind to one another, love one another, be grateful for every single moment and moments of the day. Peace, love, and Volkswagen grease. Vlogcast over.